All right, this video. Well, first off, hello everybody. Vincent Julius here. I said that my next video I will be sitting down. I will not be driving. Here I am in my home, mi casa, not driving. All right, let's get into it though. Okay, this topic that I will be speaking on is tough because it's happening right now within me, this very current moment. And this happens with all of us, whether we know it or not, relevant. And this is about insecurities. Insecurities, yo. So, insecurities. What can we say about it? Let's put myself out there. You know, this video is tough for me to do because of an insecurity. And that insecurity is preventing me from moving a little bit faster, more efficiently, kind of withdraws me a little bit, you know, and I don't like to think that I have the insecurities, but I do. They are there, they are present. I'm learning to be aware of them and catch them sooner and see how much is actually affecting me and those around me. I wonder how insecurity has been bothering you or in the way of things that you are wanting to do or needing to do, or whatever the case may be, but how much it has been preventing you from moving forward to make it happen. Now, just for the most part, most of my videos, I talk from the heart, just shooting out, I'm flowing, okay? Eventually, I will become a little bit more structured, organized. I have to figure out what that is, with help, of course. Man, insecurities. How do you move forward in your insecurities? How do you knock on that door of whomever and whatever it may be, and you are already telling yourself, you've been telling yourself, I'm just using this as an example, as a preface, yeah, whatever, metaphor, reference, whatever. How do you knock on that door when you've been telling yourself that you're not capable? They won't believe you. They won't listen to you. They don't care. Why are you even trying? You failed before. This won't happen again. No matter what you do, those are insecurities. And every time you want to knock on that door, or even before you want to knock on the door, before you even walk to that door, those insecurities are coming in and they are attacking you left and right. How do you overcome these insecurities? I think the best way to overcome those insecurities is to knock on the door. Do it anyways. Do it. Because those insecurities will start to become less and less louder in your head, and more of your confidence will start to show up in you, and you will begin to quiet down those insecure thoughts. Okay, here's another example. What is your circumstance right now that's happening in your life? What's that circumstance that you are not comfortable with, that is breaking you down? It's actually knocking down your confidence because of the circumstance. What if you were to knock down those circumstances? Actually, let me say this. What if the circumstance that is before you gets figured out, it's handled, it's situated? How do you feel now thinking about that? Just take a moment, think about that. You feel confident. Insecurities it's not even around, it's not saying anything. But then you go back into the circumstance of things, those insecure thoughts, and the confidence goes away, but the insecure thoughts are there now, and it's hindering you, it's preventing you from moving forward. It's loud, it's much louder than it was a second ago when I said imagine it. Let's go back to that imagination of you being free from those things. Your imagination is one of your most powerful things you have. And that's where our dreams come true in such ways. We make things happen because we're using our imagination. That's how it begins, is in our imagination. It happens. It starts here and then it comes out. It comes out. Something you see, you want to take it in and make it happen. It becomes a reality. Make it a reality. Now, if you're asking me how, the way I can say how is have faith in God, to know that He's orchestrating the day. And some things that is happening to you right now, it's actually for you. It is for you. And the hardest part about believing that it is for you is believing that it's for you, because you don't know that that thing that's coming your way is actually teaching you some form of discipline, some form of having your guard up, some form of looking ahead, so that way when the next thing comes, you have a better perception of how to handle the situation that's before you, how to handle that circumstance that's coming right now. You know, it's to brace you, it's to teach you, so that way the next person you come across won't go through the same thing. Here's another thing. Have you ever gone through something or was going through something, and while you were going through that thing, you came across somebody like a friend, loved one, or just a random somebody, and they're going through something very similar, and you have to be the one, I don't want to say have to, but you're the one actually telling them how to get through it, or to motivate them through it, to inspire them how to get through it, how to have a better mindset while you're going through it. You know how real that is to speak on that level. And, you know, even in those times when I've done that, because I've been in situations like that, sometimes those insecure thoughts, and I'm going to say this Chatterbox, because this is the book I'm reading called Crash the Chatterbox. Those thoughts come in and saying to me, as I'm telling this person how to overcome and how to feel better about it and how to kind of to strive to keep the right attitude, those insecure thoughts are telling me, how can you help them? How can you help her? How can you help them? How? You're going through. You don't even have an answer. Why are you even opening up why are you even opening up your mouth to tell them these things while you're going through it? Because I don't want them to go through it. I don't want them to feel what I'm feeling. I want them to feel better. I want them to strive to do better. You know, I want them to push forward even in those situations and circumstances in their life, because it happens. It doesn't stop though. It keeps going. It keeps coming. And life goes on. You got to keep moving forward. You got to learn from it. You got to learn from your past and not repeat it. How do you not repeat it? By learning from the past, not staying in the past. Man, I'm talking to myself right now. Get out of the past. Don't stay in your past being mad about it, playing that victim card, and your insecurities are getting the best of you in the present time, and you're having a hard time moving forward. Like how I did that. The past, you can't see it. Present, you can. The future, it's ahead of you, right? When you live in your past, you're just repeating that vicious cycle over and over again into your future, and you're just mad and upset about things. You don't even know that you're subconsciously saying things. You don't even know that you're subconsciously thinking things. You don't know that you're actually acting off these things off of your past. So now whoever the next person you go to, you're talking to, or whatever the case may be, your past is coming out in the conversation in such ways. I call it that PTSD knee-jerk reaction. You don't know that it's still coming through, and you don't realize it, and you're just reliving it. You're talking about the same BS that has happened to you years over, countless times over and over again. But why do you think it's countlessly happening over and over again? Probably because you're living in your insecurities and you're not moving forward in confidence. Even in the insecurities. Move forward. It is tough. Yes, it is tough. But that means you were designed for it. It was perfectly made for you to break through it. It was perfectly made for you to break through it. Nobody else can be in your shoes and break through it, because they are not you and they're not in your situation. Trust me. Believe me. You don't want to be in somebody else's position of life, or whatever the case may be, thinking that it's better. You know the saying, the grass is greener on the other side. No, it ain't. They got dirt spots too. They got some brown spots. I guaranteed you. They may even have some green spots. You don't know that their sprinkler system is off and they're using a water hose or something, a bucket of water. You don't know. You don't know. So be content. Let me say this the right way. Don't be content with where you are or where you've been. Be content with moving forward and striving to be better than you were yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has its own plans, its own disasters, its own stress, its own joy. Let tomorrow be what it is. Be present, because today has enough stuff in it. When you're not in the past, you are present with yourself. And when you're present with yourself, you're present with your thoughts. And when you're present with your thoughts, you're able to hear that chatterbox that's saying things to you that isn't true anymore. That's not even official anymore. You move past that, but you're still in it because you keep allowing that chatterbox to say things about your past. And you're like, oh, you're mad about this person who didn't say sorry to you, who didn't say I love you, who didn't say thank you, who didn't give you your roses. Move forward. Move forward. I wanted to say something else, but I'm going to say move forward. Stop looking for that confirmation, those affirmations from people of acceptance to say that you did or you didn't. Who cares? Move forward. Yeah, you care, but you care so much that it's hurting you. It's hurting your progression to move forward. Insecurities are real. They are so real. Do you know that you're even suffering from them right now? Do you even know? If somebody's on your mind as I'm talking about this, send this video to them. Help them see it. You might have been telling them for some time and they're not even listening. Send them the video. You are that somebody who is telling them, who hasn't told you, that they are doing good. Thank you. You're worth it. It's totally fine. Keep pushing forward. You are being that person that you weren't for yourself. Sometimes you have to be that for yourself to give yourself that kick in the butt so that way you can help the next person. Love thy neighbor. Love on them. Give them that support they need it. Talk to them. Hit them up. Text them. Ask them how they are doing. And you know them. I'm not saying a random person. You can text a random person. That's fine. You just got to, start from ground zero. But somebody you know something. Reach out to them. Say, what's up? How you doing? You need help? Need some food? Need some money? Need some comfort? Need a lending ear? What's up? Ask them. Because they may be suffering in their insecurities, and those insecurities can be bringing them down into depression, suicide. Help them. Be a lending hand. Be that helping hand, even in your circumstances. Even in it. Don't wait till your circumstances better so that you can say, I can help somebody now. By that time, your circumstances gotten better, you might have lost somebody along the way. Somebody might have gotten badly injured. Somebody might have had a bad relationship issue. And I'm not saying it is your fault that these things happen. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you could have actually been a preventive measure for them as wisdom, as insight, so that way they can avoid it a little differently. Just a little differently. That's all I'm saying. Be that voice. Be that voice of reason. And don't let your insecurity stop you from helping somebody, because somebody needs that help just as much as you do. Who's helping you? You know who's helping me? I'll give you a list. It's not very big, but I'll give you a list. God, first and foremost, God. Second, my wife. Third, I have some close friends. I can't name all of them, but that's all in the close friend group. Brothers, which two in the same. I think that's it off the top of the head. I think those are the main four. Okay. I go to God's word to learn something. I go to his word to learn something new. I go to his word to be comforted. I go to his word to know that he never lies about his word. He tells me about me in his word. He tells me how fearfully and wonderfully I'm made in him. He tells me that he has not seen the righteous forsaken. He tells me that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do all things. But why does my insecurities tell me that I can't? Because I'm looking at my circumstances as if that's the things of my life. It's not true. It is not true. Man, it's not true. Here's this. I wrote something down from Crash and Chatterbox. It's in one of the verses that Mary was saying. Mary, mother of Jesus, was saying to her cousin, I believe, right? Yeah, her cousin. Elizabeth, and she was just giving out joy and saying some things in joy and whatnot. And this one little thing got my attention the most. Okay, I wrote this down, and this is just a small section of what she said. Okay, so one thing she said: "He has filled the hungry with good things, but has sent the rich away empty." That grabbed me. It grabbed me right away. He sent the rich away empty, but they're rich. They have money. They can buy anything they need. They can buy some food, buy some cars, buy some house, fix their bills, fix whatever's broken in their house, whatever the case may be. They can do those things. They're rich, but they're being sent away empty. How? How can the rich be sent away empty, but those who are hungry are being filled with good things? You know, those good things are actually all around us. It's been there since the beginning, since before us. It's always been there. But we look at the worldly things as if that is the things of abundance. Those are the things that makes us rich. There is richness in the world. Yes, it's been here. Gold was here since the beginning in Genesis. It's even stated that there's gold in the land. Why does there need to be gold in the land when there was no buying and selling? There's no markets. It's just to show that there's abundance here on earth too, okay? But the earth isn't your richness. It isn't your everything, because if it's your everything, then guys, you're nothing then. To have enmity, to love the world is to have enmity against God. That means you're loving the world so much that the world is your everything, and then the world can supply everything for you. There's so much that can be said in that, okay? But in reality, you are the one who's to dominate the world. Not people, but the world. Miles Monroe said this. He said this about Adam. He said there was so much abundance around him. He could look at a tree and be like, okay, I'm about to make that into a table. I'm gonna make that into a chair. There's abundance there, yes. But who put that abundance there? Was it God? Was it the earth? Was it man? No, God put it there. He made the trees. He made everything. Everything that you see right before you, every little thing he has made. God brings it abundance, and he shows you that there's abundance around him. But when you have that relationship with God, that abundance is everywhere. But when there's no relationship with God, you think there's lack. You may be thinking that you don't have anything. You don't even see the tree. You're looking past the tree. You're looking past all these things that is made from just a tree alone. See that right there? It's a tree. Support. Anyways, let me get back to this real quick, because I'm about to go on a whole rant. How can the rich be sent away hungry? This was my question. My answer was by not having family around. Family is blood and non-blood, okay? If you're a child of God, we're all brothers and sisters. That's my family, okay? If it's your actual blood family and they're keeping you in a good place, they're helping you stay in a spiritual, physical, and emotional right place, you have family around you. If it's not even blood, but you have friends of family that is keeping you in that place of abundance and richness, see that? That's the richness, to know that you have family around you to support you and to help lift you in times of need, where you can go to them with no insecurities. That barrier is broken. You go right through it and you can talk to them about it, and they're there to help you, and you know it. That's richness. But these rich people were sent away hungry. Unity with others. They don't have unity. These are rich people that, in this way, they don't have, and this is my conclusion of it, okay? It doesn't say this, but when you think about it, it makes sense. You have to use some logical, right? There's some logical thinking in this. You have to have unity with others. How can you strive? How can you even thrive when you don't even have unity in your own house? Unity with your own friends. How? Somebody comes and tells you something to help you move forward, and you're like, get away from me, I don't want to hear you. You're not showing unity. You're not even sensing that person in front of you is actually trying to help you and not bring you down. Because we have a thing with people who brings us down, we stay around them because they remind us of our past. They keep us in that place. And we, for some reason, ironically, we stay in it and we keep that boo-hoo card within us, but we're showing smiles around those who brings out our insecurities versus around those who actually brings out that confidence in us, that beauty in us, that strength in us, and we become insecure around them. Sounds like sin. Get out of the lies. Don't let the enemy continue to lie in your ear to prevent you from moving forward. If that feels like you, that means the enemy knows you're too close to God right now. He's trying to prevent you. He doesn't want you near God. He doesn't want you near him because he knows you'll find out the truths and the keys of the kingdom that he has for all of us. Okay? A comrade or a camaraderie, that's another way of unity. You don't have somebody, I'm kind of talking about that already, but if you don't have somebody with you who's next to you actually trying to help you and lift you up, you're by yourself. Nobody's there to cover your six. Do you know who you're in the ring with? Are you in the ring with your mother? I'm talking about against your mother or your father. Against your brother, against your sister, against your friend? Now, if you're fighting them, I'm just giving this as an example. If you're fighting them, you're fighting the wrong battle because they are not the giant in your life. I guarantee you they are not the giant in your life. That is a lie. Because if they're in the ring with you, both of y'all are distracted. Both of y'all don't want to see what's happening in your own lives and what's happening before you. And the person that is your adversary is the devil. But the person that you're choosing to be your adversary, which is your significant other, brother, sister, father, mother, cousin, friend, whatever, you guys are both being played by the devil, by the enemy. He's playing both of you guys. He wants you guys to fight. He's like, this is perfect. I ain't got to do nothing now. They got that. I'm chilling now. Help your friend. Be a neighbor. Love them. Have that camaraderie because you need it. You need it in your life. That's how we're able to move forward. Every single one of us has gotten to a point in our lives because somebody helped us. We didn't get there by ourselves. To say that we got there by ourselves is a complete lie. You know it's a lie. Don't you dare say you did it by yourself. Yes, you might have had some hard struggles in your life to get up to where you need to get to, and you worked and you developed some things, but you had help along the way. Okay, you might have read a book. You might have saw the video. You might have seen somebody. It wasn't just you. You took the initiative, but it wasn't just you. You had to see the reference. So it wasn't just you. God places those things before us because it's for you. Get out of the ring with an opponent who is somebody you can touch and feel, because that is not your enemy. Our enemy is not his flesh and blood, but it's the invisible. It's the invisible. It's the things we can't see. Most of the things that we struggle with are invisible. Think about that. Just for a moment. Let's let that settle in for a moment, okay? The things that we struggle with are invisible. If you struggle with anxiety, isn't that invisible? If you struggle with insecurity, isn't that invisible? If you struggle with stress, isn't that invisible? You get where I'm going, right? It's not your family members. It's not your friends. It's not your cousins. You don't struggle with them. You're saying it's them because you needed an excuse to put it on somebody to say that it is them. It is not them. It's you. You're fighting with yourself. And whoever's in that way, you're going to be like, oh, you're in the way of that thing that I'm trying to get to. No, it's not them. They're just in the mess with you. But you're saying it's them. Separate yourself. Just separate yourself for a moment. And think about who the real enemy is. It's that the real enemy is Satan, is devil, Lucifer. It's him. Steal, kill, and destroy. He wants to steal the abundance that is already given to all of us. He wants to kill you. Myron Golden said this. He said he wants to ride you like a horse into the ground till you're dead. Okay? That means he's going to use you in your insecurities, in your depression, your anxiety, all those things. He's going to use you until you're dead. He doesn't want you getting those keys. So he's going to kill you. He's going to destroy you. He's going to destroy you with circumstances that you feel that it is against you when it's for you. You see how he switches things up? He did that in the very beginning. A lot of us know the story, and some of us don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. He wants to turn your attention away from the truth, because there are some things that are for you, and he doesn't want you to have those things that is for you, because once you get those things, you're able to move forward, and he won't be able to attack you as much. He's still going to be around, but he won't be able to attack you as much. He won't, because you're not giving him the power, because you know the word, you know the truth, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. But even in your weaknesses, know this: when you're weak, God is strong. When you are strong, God is weak. Why is that? Because when you're strong, your ego's up, your pride is up, your arrogance is up. You don't hear nothing because you did it, right? You did it all. You did everything. Satan's like, yeah, good job. You're doing great, because that's how I like to do things. I don't like to listen to authority. I don't like that stuff. I did everything myself. Pride. Pride is real. That's the number one thing, pride. But when you're weak, what do you start doing? You start reading things, you start looking at things, you start taking in stuff. Because now God's becoming strong in your life, because he's pouring things in you. The thing that we have to remember is to stay weak in Christ. No, I'm not saying stay in your circumstances and suffer. No, because God can get you through them. He gets you through them. But he uses you. In your weakness, he is strong. Stay weak for God, so that way you can continue learning him and learning this abundance that he already has for us, so that way we can strive forward on his word, because his word never lies. His word never fails. It's never failed anybody in the history. And if you say that it's failed you, you failed him. Sorry. God never fails. He never once failed. Never once. If you want to think of a reason, go ahead. That's your reason. I don't need the reason. God even proved it in the Bible several times. He doesn't fail. He's proved it in my life. He doesn't fail. When things start to happen, sometimes it's because of me, because I turned away from him. We all do it. Everybody does it. Everybody has done it. It does not matter. I'm just telling you the truth. Everybody has done it. Nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect. Get over that. You're not perfect. You can never be perfect. There's a thought in your head that's keeping you from perfection. And no matter what, that thought won't be removed, because sin is already in us. It's just what it is, okay? It's just what it is. So let me digress in that, okay? I'm just giving you some thoughts in those things, okay? So that way you can move forward, okay? 2 more things. A joyful house. You go home, or is there joy in the house? Do you feel it? This one kind of ties in with it. Laughter. Is there laughter in your house? Is it just background noise stuff happening in the house? Is it no real connection happening in the house? Where is the joy? Where is it? How are you connecting with your significant other if you are married? You have a boyfriend, girlfriend, cool. You know, how is that working for you? Hopefully you're aiming towards marriage and not just, testing the waters. Better freaking get married. Where's the joyful house at? How are you actually loving on each other? How are you communicating with each other? Do you know your significant other's love language? Do you know them? Do you know their physical touch? Words of affirmation? Gifts? Surprises? Acts of service? Quality time? Do you know those things? Do you even know what your love language is? And is your significant other attending to that, but you're not? Where's the laughter? Where is it? You can be rich. And I'm not going to say you're just sitting in money. You can be actually pretty comfortable in your circumstances of things. My bills are covered. I got this to cover that. I'm caught up. Everything's good. But is there camaraderie? Is there joyfulness? Is there, do you have family around? Are you making the time for it? Are you doing that? It's real stuff, isn't it? If you want those things, make sure You start at home. Home with your wife or husband. Being there with your kids, pouring into them, pouring into your marriage. Making time for God, because you gotta make time for God. He's gonna help you. He will help you, but you have to allow him. You have to step aside. You have to yield to him. Yield, not surrender. Yield. Let him, allow him. That one really, this one really got me. Sent the rich away empty. A lot of us are looking to have more money, to have more. Trust me, you can never have enough. It's like dopamine. You get that one thing that spikes you. Nothing ever satisfies like the first time. So you keep going for the next thing to see if it's going to top the last one, and it doesn't. Then you go back for more of that dopamine, seeing if it will do something. And oh, that was good. I want to continue that, and you don't stop. That dopamine. And it comes in different shapes and forms. Some people are thinking drugs. Drugs is one of many things. TV, movies, books that don't mean anything. It's just reading some story. Video games. Hello. I wish I could show you my Mac. Could, but don't worry about it. I got stickers on there from Dragon Ball Z and anime stuff. Okay. I'm putting myself out there. These are insecurities. I'm learning in these times, like right now, as I've been talking, the insecure thoughts has been leaving me because I'm already doing it now. I'm doing it. I don't care what people say. Some people may say these things. Well, you have these things going on. You sound like you act like this. You da. I don't care. I'm doing this to help somebody. And it may not be that person. It may not be you. Send it to somebody who's going to need this then, because you must be perfect. You must have your life together. Great. Some people need help. Do you know what that help is? Are you actually taking that time to help people? Or are you just living your life under the sun? Don't look at me then. I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to build my family up. I'm trying to build my son up. I want him to be strong. I want him to be built in the spirit of God. I want him to know who he is. So that way, when he walks into this world, he's not easily swayed about everybody. He's not easily tossed around by the world. The world is powerful. You don't fight the world. You just gotta know how to have a stance in the world. So that way you're not easily taken. That's what I want my son to know, to have those thoughts, to have discernment, to teach him those things, not to be swayed by everybody. Because not everybody's your friend. That's a real one right there in itself. Not everybody's your friend. Anyways, I'm just sharing this because insecurity is real. And I want you guys to be able to push through those insecurities and to love on one another and love God, love that neighbor. This is one of my many ways of showing my love and loving that neighbor. I'm just trying to do my part. Not to be seen, just to be heard. I hope that you guys are able to hear the voice of God in me at times, so that way you know what was sticking to you. Don't let those insecure thoughts get the best of you. Don't let the circumstances pull you down. Don't. Keep moving forward, because the next thing is coming. Good, bad, stressful, doesn't matter. It's coming. If you don't do something now, it's just going to stack on top of itself. It's going to come. When you see opportunity, you see it coming before you in life, you better take it. Don't let those insecure thoughts stop you. Don't let that pride stop you from making moves, thinking you already got it down and you're set. That's when it happens. You get surprised. How did this happen? Because you weren't paying attention. We have eyes. Well, our eyes don't see sometimes. We have ears, but we're never really hearing. Come on. You gotta step up. I'm trying to move forward. I know things are going to happen in my life because God, man makes the plans, but God directs the steps. I'm in with that. I'll break that down real quick. Did you catch that? Man makes the plans, but God directs the steps. That means you don't know which steps you're supposed to take to make that thing happen, but you made the plans to make it happen. If you have a plan for your life, go for it. Okay? Go for it. God will direct your steps. He will direct your steps. That means you wrote down the thing that you wanted to do at the age of 12, 15, 20, whatever. And God is like, perfect. Go make it happen. Don't let your insecure thoughts stop you. Go. Go do it. I'm going to direct you. Just trust me. Have faith. Even if a circumstance isn't looking the way that you're imagining it, know that God is in control. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I'm learning how to speak a little bit more better, a little more clear, enunciating. Vince and Julius in the building. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.